Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
I'm Todd Garvey.
And I'm Lisa Green.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
I was thinking of a service for bookers and acts, doesn't just have to be comedians, but it could be like poetry or musicians, bands, like that kind of stuff, where you select your availability, your dates of availability, the performers do, and then the bookers, can go through those people that are available for that day and fill up their call sheet. You know what I mean?
That's a great idea.
That is a good idea, but like I feel like that needs to be like an app where like you set your profile preference. It's kind of like would be for a dating app.
Indeed. It'd be like, I was thinking like Indeed or dating app or something.
Because like I feel like this is like an unspoken thing for comics. Is like I will go this far if I can get this much time. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like there's people that I know that are just like, I don't want to go to Detroit to do 3 minutes. If it was more than that, then I would do it. But so it's just like, okay, so there's like some sort of like algorithm here for you of how far you're willing to drive.
And for the most part, whenever I've gone to Detroit, though, they've like always been accommodating. Like, oh, you drove? Yeah, we'll give you a couple of extra minutes. Or like Detroit House of Comedy. I've never done 3. It's always been 5. So like I haven't really experienced that, but I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a lot of people who are scared of getting that 3-minute slot, But yeah, it's just because right now, a lot of these booking pages, they're switching to those Google Forms. And I'm so bad at remembering what day I submitted for, that certain show.
Oh god, it happened to me all the time. All the time.
Oh my goodness. And then they're like, hey, you're here in Grand Rapids and you're here in Detroit. And I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
What did I do? For the Creativity Wasted podcast on Monday. And then I have that other show.
That's why for my show, I'm making people sign in with their email. The only reason I'm going to do that is so it sends them a copy because they forget, and they'll just be like, "All right, well, we had this person on here, and I guess they didn't show." And then like they'll message me later and just be like, "Oh, you put my name up there, but like I didn't know that's like I forgot." It's like okay, it happens all the time.
Like Detroit House of Comedy, Blind Pig, Max, they all have these Google sign-up forms now. And
I think that makes sense because they don't want to do all the text messages.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's easy for them. I just wish that there was a way for it to mark my calendar. Like, hey, you submitted for this date, so don't submit for any other shows on that date,
Well, it'd also be nice, too, if you could submit to, like, 2 Monday shows for the same Monday, and then if one of them picks the Monday, it automatically falls off of the other ones.
Yeah.
So you don't have to say, I'm going to apply to Max on the 1st and 3rd Monday, and then I'm going to apply to Blind Pig the 2nd and 4th Monday. And
so, like, when a show books you, that availability is no longer you're not like the other bookers can't book for that same date.
You could just apply to all the Mondays for all the shows, and then
as they book, it'll get like filled up.
Whoever booker clicks your name first gets you.
Yeah.
You can be like really fun with that too, because like you can fill out like your demographic stuff that you're like comfortable sharing. I would do like, oh, I'm a queer comic, so like. Because that's something that people are looking for. It's like, we're looking for diverse comics. Like, I guess this count, like that kind of stuff. And then like, oh, do you do clean comedy? Like that kind of stuff. And because I feel like that's the thing.
Filter.
Yeah, like that's the thing people are looking for a lot. It's just like, I have this specific thing I'm looking for. So whoever can do that thing. And like, if there's an app for that, oh, that'd be so cool.
Where do you push that at to get someone to do?
To be honest, like this, I didn't really put any feet to ground on this idea. I just kind of wanted to bring something to the episode. But I think you would have to find like some developers, some like.
I think maybe Google, if they added a feature to Google, since everybody's moving to the forums, something that integrates with that, because there's already Google Calendar.
What do you guys think, though? You guys think that it's just something that would ease everybody? The bookers, it would ease the comedians. It would take a lot of effort, though, to get something like that off the ground.
Everybody wants something that makes things easy.
Yes. and everybody wants to get booked.
I think you'd have to do it just by date, like
Yeah,
apply to all these Mondays. You're applying to two. The Google would have to know you can't do both if they're at the same time. So
yeah,
if they book you for one, it pops off of the other one's list. They would have to maybe know like location too,
hmm
like even if the time doesn't overlap. If one of them is at 7 and one's at 10, if they were in the same city or region, you could do them, but not.
double. Yeah, you could double book
If
it.
one's in Grand Rapids and one's in Detroit, then it's too far away.
Yeah,
That's all easy stuff to figure out, though. It's a time factor. That's
Yeah.
all.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
They have like things called like macros, or like maybe you could throw in a macro that says, okay, if I perform you'd set up like 3 regions, like Grand Rapids, Lansing, Detroit. If I performed one night in one city, I don't want to have to drive to the other city the next night. So
And
if it
maybe
had
there'll
like,
be like a rating, you know, like the bookers could rate the comics and the comics could rate the venues or something, you know. And
Yes.
Yeah, that would be real good.
like, don't book this guy. He says the R word a lot, you know. or-
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
like,
yes.
That's a fair warning. Like people might want
What's
to
the
know
R
that
word?
before they book.
you mean the like mentally disabled?
Yeah, mentally disabled.
Oh,
But yeah, so yes, because I was like I went to Final Gravity with a couple comics, and one of the comics that I rode with, the venue pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, you mind like letting him know we don't really appreciate that kind of language?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely will," you know. And I was like, "I wish I would have known that he was doing this kind of stuff before I had him ride with me."
I would like to know which venues are more okay with you wearing shorts than other venues.
So that's a thing? Oh god.
Well,
I thought it was just a joke people were saying, like, you don't do comedy in shorts. Like, oh god.
I think it's a real thing. And sometimes I don't pick up on all the social context of things, but I think it's a real thing, especially in clubs. They don't want you to wear shorts.
Yeah.
And then when you get to like bars and like shows and like wineries and cafes and stuff, I think it sort of varies.
I never thought about it in my life, and I don't see why you couldn't wear shorts, though. It's weird.
I'm not sure. It's kind of like an old school thing, but yeah, like I know there's 2 like major things you don't do on stage. You don't wear shorts, and you don't cover your eyes from the lights. You don't. You don't. you
Yeah,
don't shield
right.
your
I
eyes.
understand that one. That's cool with the shorts, too. I don't even wear shorts. But that's cool.
I
Huh.
would like to
funny.
wear
Learn
shorts.
something every day. Thanks, Tom.
Oh, you learned something today. Yeah, shorts it's like, I was shocked to hear that was like a taboo, because it's like, isn't comedy supposed to be like the freest thing there is?
Yeah.
And why are they dwelling over this stupid thing that doesn't matter?
Right.
I wore shorts on stage one time, and I don't even remember who told me. They're like, "Dude, you don't wear shorts on stage." And I was like, "All right, well, never again."
Well,
I
Never
wear
again.
shorts all the time. Not a single person is just like, hey, maybe next time don't do that. It's like, I guess it's fine when I do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. You get the pass.
Yep. Well, she's a girl. Whatever. Who cares? Okay.
I started paying attention recently, like this year. Like, if the host wears shorts, then the next time I go, I can wear shorts. Like, what was it?
We
we
Camping
could put that
Group Works.
down in the app. You like shorts allowed, you know, and
But if you don't know, then you defer to not shorts. So shorts is like a nice to have, like, get confirmation first.
a luxury. Yeah, a little luxury.
Mm-hmm.
But I would put that in the app,
yeah.
because I
Then
still
like
sweat. I nervous
whether or
sweat.
not you get a drink ticket, free drink ticket, or
Yes.
you know, like just kind of stuff like that. Give the comics a little heads up on the venue, and then also like a little thing about like what other bookers have said about the comics, and it just could be a little community. And like I was saying before, like it doesn't just have to be strictly for comedians. This could be for all venues and bookers and performers. You know, improv troops and magicians and Like people that you don't even really think about, but like who also get booked.
I did Comedy Project a couple weeks ago, the same one that you did today, Rio, and there was a sketch group, and they during their show somebody ran backstage. What were they looking for? Like a sword or something, a knife. They were like, "Find me a knife! Find me a knife!" Like for their sketch. And I thought that was the funniest
That
thing.
is so funny.
Like, could you imagine like a
Mad
sketch group?
hysteria.
Like the app has like every like 40 things like props, stage props that
that they
so
can
they
use.
know if they're in the middle of a sketch, they can run back and find a knife like
Yeah,
within
the inventory said there was a knife in here. That's funny.
Was it sketch comedy we're doing?
The Comedy Project in Grand Rapids, they do a variety show, like stand-up, improv, and they'll have like a little troupe do sometimes as well with some sketches. Like it's a pretty cool show that they put on over there. Sean
All
Francis.
open mic?
So it's booked. They have a couple lottery spots
Ah.
that they do. But yeah, Sean Francis books it. He's a good guy.
If you look on
Books him a lot.
MCN, it shows up. He posts on MCN, not every month, I don't think, but sometimes
I'll check it
for
out.
scheduling if you want.
That's
to
a little bit far.
Yeah,
That's the reason I haven't really checked it out. I think it's like 2 hours from me.
Oh yeah, that's a hike.
Yeah, I've got family down there, so I stay at a family member's house, then I do a week run in Grand Rapids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a nice way.
Yeah, I work a day job, so I have to be home every night. But yeah, so that was my idea. I just thought it really came to me when I was like, how many times have I submitted for Blind Pig this month? Like, is there a cutoff before they like tell you personally like you've submitted 5 times for 4 different dates?
Probably $1 million idea.
That's where this came from. Like, what if they just selected me? Like, I just put my availability out there and they were able to select comics, But
especially for the ones that are just like you'll have that happen. Like there was somebody recently that like did it for Brian Posen, and like that happens within that's booked within 30 minutes. It's like I didn't even friggin' see that.
yeah,
God damn it.
yeah,
that happens too.
You're not even that late to the party. It's like 1 hour, and it's like edit already filled. You're like,
already
dang.
booked. Cool.
What the
I
heck?
guess that could be a downside too, though. It's like if you're not the best comic, like all of the shows might book the best comic for everything. So maybe it's good that you can happen to log on to Facebook at the exact right time when they're looking for comics, like as a newbie. Maybe sometimes it does work in your favor, and if you took that away, maybe it would suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
and I want to keep it fair for everybody. Like I wouldn't want it to be like nothing but 5-star comics getting booked.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I mean, if you're cool, like if the booker's cool, they'll still book I haven't heard this person before.
Yeah.
Is that going to be every?
Yep.
Well, like nepotism exists no matter what, but like,
yeah,
for the ones that are cool, they'll still do that. At least I like to think that. I don't know. I would hope.
That would suck if you were the 2-star comedian,
Oh yeah, and then you get your own like, man, why am I only 2 stars? I got some really good material. Like,
how do I get more stars?
Yeah, then it becomes like a. No, that's cool. Yeah, but that was my idea.
Yeah, definitely something like that could be done for sure.
Yeah.
Any shows or anything you guys want to plug?
Thanks for coming out. A queer showcase. That's going to be on October 11th. 734 Brewing. Other than that, Depot Town Comedy, open mic 734 Brewing, Wednesday. Always great, always accepting folks that want to do that. Google Forms on the Facebook page. Always love having people.
You can find me at Dr. Decide on all socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. It's all the same. And then check out my podcast, Cornbread and Beans. I do it with fellow comedian Darius Kennedy, and it's a lot of fun. We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube. You can tell Alexa to play Cornbread and Beans, and she'll start playing my podcast. So
nice.
It's everywhere.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.